Welcome everyone. How are you doing? In today's Facebook Live, I want to speak about something which is apparently very common, which is overthinking. Are you someone who feels you overthink, or has anyone commented or shared with you that don't overthink so much? Why do you overthink so much? Or anything like that? If that is the case, then this next few minutes will give you some idea that will help you to break the pattern, the habit of overthinking. So why I'm saying it's a pattern, because overthinking is not conscious that we say, okay, I want to overthink. It happens by default, right? So that's the reason it is pattern. हमारी आदत बन चुकी है. The person who overthinks for one thing, particular thing or situation or event or decision will have the pattern of overthinking in everything else. I remember one of my coaches saying, it is not overthinking, it is overthoughting. It is not deliberate thinking, planning, strategizing that after this what would be the repercussion, or if I don't do this how it will benefit, or if I do that how it is going to help me. So that is kind of thinking, sochna, like some constructive thing. But overthinking is actually the thoughts going on and on and on like unbridled horse, for that matter, isn't that? And we are sometimes tired of overthinking or overthoughting, if I have to say, because it doesn't lead anywhere. It's like the famous kahavat, kolu ka bell. From morning to evening, the bull will keep walking. However, by evening, it doesn't reach anywhere. Have you thought? See, there is nothing wrong in acknowledging, but because only when we acknowledge, only when we feel and accept, we can do something about it. Whether that is anything else for that matter, or the pattern or of overthinking. So first of all, if you are connecting, you are with me till now for the last 1 minute or so, then be with, and I am sure, I can promise that you will get something of value, that awareness will really help you immediately. So coming back, we overthink because generally, I'm just including everyone, or rather a person would overthink when the person is not sure about the decision. Either the decision skills are missing, or the information to take a particular decision would be missing, or there could be fear that if I decide this and something else happens which I may not be able to handle, then what do? I want to be very sure before I decide something, before I say something, either a yes or a no, and only then I want to go forward for it. But what to do when that goes round and round and round, happens to be overthinking. And how does it impact? It is actually like a background app that is running on, which is consuming a lot of memory, which is consuming a lot of energy and power. And at the end of the day, it is slowing down the other applications that are active. Same thing for us, the overthinking. When my head is occupied with something else, whatever I'm doing, even if it is cooking or cleaning my house, or it is making some presentation or working on some document, it is not fully focused, because at the core, at the background, I am thinking about the same thing. I'm listening, but not actively, I mean, I'm hearing rather, but not actively listening to the conversation or the presentation that I'm listening, the video I'm listening, or anything it could be, right? So that is the impact. And so what do we do if that is the case? First of all, yes, we need to acknowledge that, okay, I am an overthinker, and right now, whether I like it or not, whether I'm doing it deliberately or not, I am overthinking. Then I want to give you few tips which has worked for me. By the way, I want to acknowledge that one point of time I used to thought, what did I say? I used to be a overthoughting person. Like the thing goes round and round, because I was also very very scared of what decision to make. I lacked skills, I lacked the right things I require to make decisions, and I wanted to be for maybe it happens with other people also. I wanted to be right, I wanted to be perfect, because I didn't want at particular time someone else to come and tell you, no, you made a mistake. I wanted to avoid mistake for whatever reason. I had a pattern for that, but I wanted to avoid making mistake. And that was the reason I used to keep thinking whether I should do this. And so many times also what happened and triggered overthoughting or overthinking for me was I would not able to uh, communicate properly, if I may have to say. Now that I realize that someone asked me something and I could not give a proper reply, and then I would go in the tunnel of overthinking, why I did not mention this, I knew already about this is what I had already done about the thing, about the work, about the project, but I could not answer. Why I could not answer? If at all the person comes again in front of me, I would share like this, I would do like this, I would frame it like this, and that used to go on and on and on. What to do? Train yourself into decision making skills. One very simple, very easy, and the fastest way I have learned to make decisions, if I have to share with you in a moment, it's like think on paper. That's a beautiful, very effective, and very smart way of thinking. I call it as thinking on paper, which means write down your thoughts. The next page, classify them. If you have to take a decision, write down the pros of making the decision and the pros of not making the decision, the drawbacks of making that particular decision and the drawbacks of not making that decision. When you have that in front of you as a one view, it will really help you to quickly make the decision. And second, my dear friend, I want you to know the way it is true for others, the way it is true for me, the same way it is true for you also. Believe in yourself that even if something goes wrong, you will be able to handle it all. Yes. So not every decision that we take, or any successful person for that matter takes, are correct. But they are sure. They are not very sure. They are, okay, just a moment. They are not very sure about whether the decision they have taken is going to be right or not. I have heard one time it was said for Sir Ratan Tata that he believes in not taking right decisions, but he is known for taking a decision and making it right. So if he as a legend can do, we can also try and learn doing that. So the second thing I want you to do is believe that whatever the consequences, you will be able to handle. At the most, you will struggle for a while, or you may have to seek help, which is fine. There are people in your life who are very happy to help you. So be a seeker, take help the way you are helping others, be open to receive help, and you will be fine for whatever decision is going their way. And it is always a journey. It is not like you make a decision and it would be right for the rest of the time. You need to keep fine tuning. At most of the time it is available, the option is available to keep fine tuning that decision, so that you can auto correct, or you can keep correcting as the process flows or as it progresses. And the third and the beautiful way that I have found out, and it is working very well for me, including my coaching students, is the power of emotional freedom technique. Works very well on overthinking. Just a few minutes of tapping, and whatever the topic or the situation or the concern you have been overthinking disappears, allowing you to have the correct outcomes. So this is all what I wanted to share with you. And thank you so much for being with me. I will see you tomorrow. Yes, for the live with some new topic. Thank you. Bye.